Mark Malekish from the fire department here today. You'll notice Jeremy's conspicuously absent. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he is not here, and I'm sitting in his seat, so I get to talk today. What's on my mind today? Fireworks. So 4th of July, USA 250th anniversary. We've got some cool stuff going on this year, but it is in everybody's best interest if everybody is safe out there with fireworks and novelties and the things that we like to do for fireworks to celebrate that 4th of July. So here in the city of Fitchburg, fireworks are illegal as they are in the rest of the state. We ask that you go to a professional display. Let the pros do the display. Sit back, enjoy the big booms, enjoy the fireworks display, but let somebody else do sort of the shooting and lighting off of fireworks. Here in the city, we've run into problems in the parks where lots and lots of garbage gets thrown out after the fireworks. It does not get cleaned up afterwards. So you'll see an increased presence out there from both PD and fire, and our intent is strictly just to make sure that everybody's being safe. So the question then becomes, how do we celebrate safely? What do we do safely that, aside from just going to those professional fireworks displays, what are some ways to stay safe while we're supporting and celebrating the 4th of July? First and foremost, let's talk about some statistics. During this period of the year, there are, on average, about 30,000 fires that are started nationwide because of fireworks. So they are a real challenge. They're a real danger to anybody because, as everybody knows, with a fire, if you light it, you start it, you own it, right? So we just want to keep people safe. We'd rather they not engage in fireworks activities and run the risk of fire. Beyond that, this time of year, somewhere in the range of 35 to 40% of hospital visits to the ER are as a result of fireworks injuries. Somewhere in the range of 15% are head injuries. Hand and fingers, 28 to 30% of injuries. And legs, somewhere around 25%. The rest of the body sort of picks up the rest of that, right? But by percentage, there are a lot of injuries that come from people lighting off fireworks and not really being safe with them. So how do you celebrate? What do you do? Some things that you can do, have a cookout. I'd be remiss if I didn't say be careful while you're cooking out, because that's my job. But have a cookout. Celebrate with your friends and family, and you can do all of the things for a celebration that you'd want to do. We just ask that you refrain from fireworks because they're just not that safe. Glow sticks. The kids love them. They make for a great way to help them do something really cool for the 4th of July that isn't necessarily a sparkler. One of the things that we've learned in fire and EMS is that sparklers burn at about 1200 degrees. And one of the first things that we do with a sparkler after we've lit it is put it in a child's hand. So you're sort of inviting the opportunity for injuries. The caps and the sparks and the fountains that go off on the ground, we can go buy them anywhere we want. In the state of Wisconsin, they're called novelties, not fireworks. But those two, we've got to be really careful with them. We've got to make sure that we're not using them inappropriately or unsafely. A question that gets asked of me all the time is, what do we do with them afterwards? Or what do we do if we light it and it doesn't work? The smart answer is to keep a bucket of water nearby, which is always a good thing when you're dealing with fireworks or novelties. But put those sparklers inside the bucket of water to make sure that water cools them off, or put those fireworks that didn't go off or those novelties that didn't go off inside of a bucket of water so that they can be sort of safely disposed of afterwards. It may not come as a surprise that aside from children, men are more likely to be injured by fireworks than women. Why is that? I think it really simply comes down to the hold my beer and watch this effect, right? As a general rule, speaking as a male, guys tend to do dumber things than females do. So we also make up the gross majority of the injuries that are reported each year. All right, so I did mention the laws here in Wisconsin, and a question that I get at the fire department quite a bit is, why is it okay to have fireworks tents out there, but fireworks are technically illegal? Which is a stellar question. One that I would submit, maybe reach out to your lawmakers and talk to about. But the way the rule reads is that if it goes up or it goes boom in the state of Wisconsin, you're supposed to have a permit for it. If you go to a fireworks stand outside the city, or you go to somewhere along the interstate, they should not sell fireworks without you having a legal permit that's been issued to you. So again, if it goes up or if it goes boom, it's considered illegal. Now, you'll see fireworks tents and you'll see things that you can buy in local retailers, packets. Any of those sparks, sparklers, the little tanks that go around and leave a trail, any of the jumping jacks or things that just make sparks and basically stay on the ground. In the state of Wisconsin, those are considered novelties. They're not actually considered fireworks. So those are generally legal, although they are just as dangerous as the stuff that goes up and goes boom. So the fire department sort of implores you to leave the fireworks and the novelties to the experts. Let them do the display. You just sit back in your lawn chair and enjoy. One of the things that we don't really think about with fireworks and has become more and more of a challenge, and I have a personal stake in this because I had a pup who was terrified of fireworks. So the couple of weeks leading up to the 4th of July and the couple of weeks after the 4th of July, 4th of July notwithstanding, were pretty tough on my pup. She spent a lot of time hiding, just trying to sort of avoid the noise and the big scary thing that was happening outside. Some things that you can do to hopefully help your pup along: keep them inside, right? If you let them outside and someone down the street lets off something that they're not supposed to, that's an opportunity for your pup to get lost, to take off because they're scared. And then, lo and behold, you know that there's going to be another big boom or some flash that scares the dog even more. Cats are the same thing, right? As you keep them inside, keep them in a safe place. Keep them maybe in a lower part of the house where they won't hear it quite as much. And you can turn a TV on. So turn a TV on to a channel. Basically, it's kind of like having white noise, but it helps drown out the sound outside. There's lots and lots of other tips. So speaking of that, with all of the fireworks, including pet tips, feel free to reach out to me directly at the fire department. I will be happy to answer any questions. You can call me, you can email me, you can stop by the fire department and ask questions in person. Be more than happy to talk about any of these fireworks issues, to include the pets. Stay safe out there. One more thing that I'd love to talk about is just recently the Fitchburg Fire Department teamed up with the Red Cross to do the Red Cross Sound the Alarm event, which turned out to be really a fantastic event. What it was is the Red Cross brought in some of their volunteers. We joined in with one of our engine crews, as well as some of our other staff, and we went out and installed fire alarms at places that previously did not have any kind of fire alarm protection. And as you know, fire alarms, smoke alarms, all of that, that's your early warning system, right? So it sort of sniffs out the smoke before the fire gets really big and puts out a beep or an alarm. And what we're looking for is people to heed that advice and call 911 and get out of the building. But specifically for the Red Cross event, we were able to go into 30 individual homes across the city and around the area, And in those 30 individual homes, we installed over 81 new smoke detectors. That's pretty cool because that helped somewhere in the range of 75 to 80 individual people, to include children who were not previously protected. That feels pretty good. We actually did go out to our two apartment buildings that suffered fatalities in the last year in 2025 and 2026. And we were able to get into some of those apartments and put up additional smoke alarms just to make sure that those residents got some education. We were able to talk to anybody that we put a smoke alarm in about, evacuation training, fireworks safety, timely, any subject that we wanted to include tornadoes and things like that, right? We were able to just sort of help them understand what to do when bad things start to happen. So a great educational event that the Fitchburg Fire Department is incredibly proud to have been a part of. As always, when it comes to smoke alarms, give us a call. Give me a call specifically, and if you have a question about smoke alarms, let me know. If you need one, let me know. We will do our best to try and get you one and get it installed for you. Want to say thanks. This is my very first time doing a solo Talking Fitchburg event. Jeremy, job's been filled, brother. I got this from here. But very proud to be on here and talking to you guys. I want to thank you, and as always, if there's any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or anyone at the fire department. We'll be happy to answer them.